When I started my first job in Germany, I was surprised by how blunt my boss and colleagues were when giving me feedback. They pointed out exactly what I needed to improve with no sugarcoating. At first, I thought I was doing everything wrong and felt really bad, only to later realize it's just how feedback works in most German workplaces. Stories like this are common among people with a migrant background, and they show just how different corporate cultures can be around the world. Welcome back to the International Career Service Rhein-Main channel. My name is Laura Villafuerte and I'm an HR and recruiting expert with 9 years of experience in the field. In this video, we'll explore the key characteristics of German workplaces, and I'll share real examples to help you navigate your future job. German corporate culture is unique, and understanding it can help you avoid misunderstandings and feel more confident at work. What do employers look like in Germany? Companies in Germany aren't all the same. The type of company shapes how people work together, how they communicate day to day. Here are some of the main types you'll find in the country. Global corporations. These are the giants, often with 10,000 or more employees, international teams, and names you probably know, like Siemens or BMW. And what can you expect? Clear structures, formal processes, and longer decision-making paths, but also excellent training and career development opportunities. The Mittelstand, meaning small and medium-sized enterprises, or also known as KMU in German, they make up 99.5% of all German employers and usually have between 10 and 500 employees. Chances are you might end up working for one of them. So what can you expect? A strong sense of loyalty and long-term thinking. Hierarchies exist, but you'll often work closely with leadership and be expected to take on real responsibility. Startups. These are defined by smaller teams, often under 100 employees, and are especially common in big cities like Berlin or Munich. What can you expect from them? Flat hierarchies, flexible roles, and lots of room for ideas, but also pressure to perform and adapt quickly. So, before you apply for a job, ask yourself what kind of environment helps you thrive. What defines German corporate culture? In many German companies, especially in SMEs and corporations, formality still plays an important role. You'll often hear people call each other Herr Müller or Frau Schneider instead of using first names, particularly at the beginning. When you start a new job, it's important to address your colleagues by their last name until they explicitly invite you to use their first name. Usually, they'll say something like, "Wir können gerne ins Du wechseln. Ich bin Laura." Or, "We can switch to first name basis. My name is Laura." There's also a clear chain of command, and knowing who is responsible for what is super helpful. Even in flat hierarchies, this structure often remains in the background. What I recommend here is to ask your manager if there's an org chart you can look at. It'll help you understand reporting lines and key contacts. Then, in your first few days, try to set up short 15-minute intro meetings with the people you'll be working closely with. These informal chats are a great way to introduce yourself and start building connections beyond job titles. Germans are known for being direct, but it's not meant to be rude. It's about being efficient and honest. Just as I mentioned earlier, I once received very blunt feedback that my presentation was not structured enough. At first, it felt a bit harsh, but once I understood why they gave me that feedback, I was able to work on it. And the revised version actually made much more sense for the meeting we were preparing for. And that's the key. Feedback in Germany is usually blunt, but constructive. Here are a few more tips for handling direct communication. Don't take it personally. Focus on the content of the feedback, not the tone. Ask yourself, how can this help me improve? Ask for clarification if something isn't clear. For instance, you can ask, could you give me an example of what you mean? Say thank you, even for critical feedback. It shows maturity and openness. Last, when you give feedback, be clear and specific without being rude. That's usually more appreciated than sugarcoating. And mention positive aspects as well to keep the feedback balanced. Germans love efficiency and planning. Processes are documented, steps are outlined, and people stick to the plan. You'll rarely hear someone say, "Let's just wing it." So, to make a strong impression from day one, come prepared for meetings. Read the agenda in advance and bring your notes. Take initiative when it comes to structure. For example, suggest writing a shared task list or documenting the next steps after a meeting. Be reliable. If you commit to a deadline, stick to it. Punctuality and dependability are highly valued here. And ask about the processes. It shows that you're proactive and want to work the German way. A simple question like, "Is there a usual process for this?" can go a long way. What about meetings and decision-making? Meetings are structured, agendas are usually sent in advance, and people come prepared. On the other hand, decisions are typically made by consensus, based on facts and logic, not gut feeling. What does all this mean for you? Meetings are focused and structured. If you're on the invite list, you're expected to contribute, not just listen. Take a few minutes beforehand to review the agenda and prepare your talking points or questions. Stick to the facts. When you share an idea or opinion, back it up with data or clear reasoning. Decisions are rarely made based on hierarchy or just intuition. And be clear and concise. Avoid going off topic or over-explaining. Germans appreciate efficiency. So get to the point and keep your arguments structured. If you summarize your key points at the end, it leaves an even stronger impression. Time is sacred in Germany. Being late to meetings is seen as unprofessional or even disrespectful. I remember once arriving just 5 minutes late to a team call, and the room had already moved on without me. Punctuality in Germany is a form of respect, so here's what I recommend. Aim to join meetings at least 5 minutes early, whether in person or online. For in-person meetings, arriving early also gives you the chance to grab a strategic seat in the room and take a more active role in the conversation. And if you're even 2 minutes late, always apologize briefly before joining. Work hard, rest harder. Wait, what? This is what Germans call work-life balance. Vacation time or Urlaub is serious business. People actually disconnect. Of course, this can vary from company to company, but as a general rule, people in Germany take their time off seriously. Here are a few things that surprised me about German work-life balance. Lunch breaks are mostly sacred. I was surprised that people didn't talk much about work during lunch. Lunch is seen as a real break, not just a working lunch. Feierabend really means switching off. In most companies, once the workday is over, it's really over. No late night emails, no calls. So it's important to show respect and avoid calling or sending emails too late in the day. And colleagues are not close friends, at least not right away. Relationships at work are usually respectful and professional, and it takes time before they develop into closer friendships. Team dynamics and leadership. While teamwork is important, individual roles are usually well defined. Everyone knows exactly what they're responsible for. When you approach someone, you might hear phrases like, "That's not my area." It's not meant as a rejection, it simply reflects how things are structured. So what should you do to fit into the structure? Respect boundaries and ask the right person. If someone says something is not their responsibility, don't take it personally. Just ask politely who the right contact is and follow up with them instead. Clarify responsibilities early. In your first days, ask your manager or team lead who is usually responsible for X. This helps you avoid confusion and make sure your questions go to the right person. Own your tasks. Since responsibilities are clearly defined, showing that you take full ownership of your area will earn you respect quickly. If you need help or want to collaborate, reach out first. Don't overstep or assume. On the other hand, German managers tend to act more as facilitators than as traditional bosses. They guide, ask for input, and expect responsibility, but don't usually micromanage. Of course, every person is different and managing styles may vary. But in general, leadership tends to be democratic, with a clear line of accountability. To establish a good working relationship with your manager, ask early. How do you prefer to work together? This shows initiative and helps you align your communication style. Some managers prefer written updates. Others like short one-on-one check-ins. Asking this upfront sets a positive tone for your working relationship. Don't wait to be told what to do. You're expected to take ownership of your tasks. If something is unclear, ask. But otherwise, show initiative and move forward independently. And offer input, especially when asked. When a manager asks, "What do you think?" they mean it. Be ready to share your perspective. German managers appreciate critical thinking and well-reasoned suggestions. German in the workplace. More and more companies in Germany use English as their main working language, especially in tech and startups. But German still carries weight in daily dynamics. Many unwritten rules, moments of humor, and parts of the company culture often happen in German. So how can you integrate into the workplace if your language skills aren't quite there yet? First, learn basic workplace German. Even if your role is in English, knowing key phrases like Guten Morgen, Schönen Feierabend, or Wie war dein Wochenende helps you connect with colleagues and feel more included in casual conversations. Second, pay attention during informal moments. Coffee breaks, lunch chats, or Slack banter often happen in German. Being present and picking up on tone and expressions can teach you a lot about the company culture. And third, show that you're trying. You don't need to be fluent, but showing effort goes a long way. As an international, you might also notice some language expectations or hidden norms. A good approach for this is to ask a trusted colleague how things work. Most people are happy to explain if you show openness. So, to summarize, here are some quick tips that will help you fit in and stand out in the German workplace. Learn basic German phrases, as they go a long way in building trust. Be punctual and reliable, always. Prepare for meetings, read the agenda, take notes. Respect the structure, but don't be afraid to ask questions. Embrace feedback. Even if it's blunt, it's usually about the work and not you. And for international students, don't wait until your first job to improve your German. Take language courses, watch shows, practice with classmates. Knowing German opens doors. To succeed in German workplaces, you have to understand the culture, respect the structure, and stay curious to learn more and improve. What parts of this culture feel familiar to you? What feels new? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Share your experiences or questions in the comments. And don't forget, we have more videos to help you navigate your career in Germany. You can check out our full career entry playlist right here.